Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to our today's training, and I'm your old friend. My name is Jan, and today our main topic is the battery. Okay, I will introduce all the battery products, including lead acid battery and lithium battery. Okay. Currently, Felicity supply main for the lead acid battery. We mainly supply GL battery and LPCV. Okay, and the lithium battery supply LPPR series and LPPF series and LPPA. Okay, so these battery are the most selling now in the market. Okay, and first is lead acid battery. As you see here, this one is GL, OBCV, and EU model. Here, for the lead acid battery, the most selling is the GL, 12 volt, 200 amps. Okay, and also including 100 or 150 amps. Okay, OBCV. Okay, OBCV normally for the big system or commercial system. And here I make a form to simply versus or compare what's the difference between GL and LPCV. Okay, for the GL, normally the capacity is less than 200 amps, like 100 or 40 or 60 or 100, 150 or 200 amps. Okay, this is the single piece capacity. But for the OPCV, you can you can buy the 2,500 amps. Like normally start from 500 amps, then 1,500. Okay, there's different models. So that's why if you need a battery bank for the big system or commercial system, and you need like 100 kilowatt hours, even 200 or 300 kilowatt hours battery bank, you can choose the OPCV. Okay, and for the single piece voltage, the GL is 12 volt and OPCV is 2 volt. Okay, and the third difference is the charge discharge ratio, is we call it C. Okay, for the GL we recommend it as 0 to 0.2 C, and OPCV is 0.3 C. Okay, so this means I want to explain this part more. Means, for example, for the 200 amps. Okay, for the 200 amps battery, lead acid battery, we suggest or recommended charging discharging current is 200 multi 0.2 means 40 amps. Okay, this is the recommended value we for you recommend the charging or discharging current to you. But in the real usage, maximum it better less than 16. That means is 0.3 C. Okay. Okay. So this is maximum you can use. But if you more than like you let the battery discharge 70 or 80 amps, the discharge can supply. But the problem is the lead acid battery usage life will be shorter, very rapidly, very fast. Like if you use like 40 amps normally, a daily maximum 40 amps or less than 60. So it can use more than 1 year. But if you frequently use more than 60, even more than 70 amps, then the lead acid battery usage life will be shorter, maybe only a few months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, only this. Okay, it's less than 1 year. So when you use the lead acid battery, please please special attention on this part. Okay, but OPCV is little higher than the GL battery. This battery normally can use the zero point 0.3. Means if the battery is the for example, 1000 amps. So the common current you can use 300 amp. Okay, this is common. Of course, but of course you can use little higher like 0 0.4 is fine. But we recommend you less than 0 0.3. Okay, and for the usage life, the GL, if you use correctly, you can use 1 or 2 years. This is no problem. And OPCV, it can use about 5 years because the cycle is more than it's about 1,000 to 1,500 days generally. Okay, times. And from the application, the difference is for the GL, most of they use home usage, and OPCV is normally used for the commercial system or the big system, like high, like the system required high battery input. The battery bank they have to in this system, if the inverter requires the battery like 200, 300, even 400 volt, then for you with battery you can use the OPCV. Okay, and also if they require a big battery bank, then you have to use the OPCV. Okay, because OPCV capacity you can select from like 500, 1,000, even 2,000 amps. So then the total energy can up to 100, 200, even 500 kilowatt hours. Okay, so this is the simply compare between GL and OPCV. And for the EU normally for the micro system, like the less than 1 kilo hours system, you can use this one. For the little bigger system, you better select the GL. Okay. So this is the lead acid battery, and the next part is lithium battery. Now, lithium battery we have 3 series. So the first one is the LPBR. Okay, LPBR. LPBR we have 3 type of models, like 12 volt, 24 volt, and 48 volt. Okay, and here this one 12 volt is a little special because this one can series connection and parallel connection. Maximum is 4-piece series string connection or serial connection, and maximum and parallel connection you can up to 6 parallel, means 4-piece string and 6 parallel, means totally maximum is 24 piece. Okay, and for the 24 and 48, you only can parallel connection, is not allowed to string connection or serial connections. Okay, so this is LPBR and LPBF. LPBF previously the last version is LPBF, and the new version now is LPB. S, this one 24 and 48. Okay, so this is a new version, and this is LPPA. LPPA is our how to say in the lithium battery in Felicity is this is the top class, the first class or class 1 uh, lithium battery. Okay, LPPA. And here is the product line. Okay. Here I made a simple compare about the LPPR, LPPF, and LPPA. Okay. So first is connection. LPPR, as I said, LPPR 12 volt support string and parallel connections. The maximum is 24 piece. Okay. And but LPPR 24 and 48 volt only support parallel connection, and LPPF and LPPA only support parallel. But here is a little difference. I didn't mark it here. So this one parallel number is 6 piece, and this one maximum is 12 piece. Okay, this is the little difference. And the second one is life, the usage life or the cycle times. LPPR is under 80% DOD and more than 2,500, and LPPF is 3,000. Of course, it's 80% DOD. LPPA is more than 6,000, 8% DOD. Okay. For the building BMS, all of them they have the BMS. Okay, and now LPPF and LPPA also support the communication between inverter and battery pack. Okay, so for example, IVEM, we have IVEM, right? Inverter IVEM. IVEM can communicate with the LPPF and LPPA. Okay, and then you only need to monitor the IVEM. Then you can monitor all the system, including the battery information. Okay. And for the warranty different. LPPI is 2 years, LPPF is 3 years, and LPPA is 5 years. Okay. So here I make a simple conclusion about these differences. Okay. And here is the lead acid battery and lithium battery. The general compare. Okay, versus lead acid battery. Lead acid battery is usage life is only 2 to 3 years. OPCV is longer, and the lithium battery, if you use correctly, 5 years no problem. And energy density means the same size or same weight. The lithium battery has more energy, so this one is energy density is higher. Okay, charge discharge rate. Okay, lead acid battery we recommend 0.2 as we mentioned, and here lithium battery is 60 or 80 amps. It's up to the is decided by the capacity, the model. Like if it's 100 amps, the battery is about 50 or 60 amps. But if it's 200 amps, is charge discharge current is 80 amps. Okay, and DOD here, the acid battery is about from 80 to 90%. The lithium battery can up to 95%. BMS, lead acid battery don't have BMS. Only lithium battery has BMS. So the BMS can use for the communication with inverter. Okay. Now Felicity lithium battery can communicate with not only with us, not only with the Felicity inverter, but also can communicate with other brands. Okay, or you have new uh, if you require to how to say, if you hope Felicity lithium battery can communicate with the specific inverter brand, you can send the message to the sales. Said you hope Felicity battery can communicate with which brand inverter. You can tell us. Okay, we can consider to do the second development to match the battery and inverters. Okay, so the next part is installation. Okay, lead acid can string in parallel, but it also have the limitation. Okay, we recommend the maximum 4 strings or 4 series and 4 parallel. So maximum is 16 piece, less than 16 piece. This is our recommendation. But lithium battery is different. Lithium battery, as I said, if we don't consider the 12 volts, only consider the 24 and 48 volts battery, lithium battery, you can LPPF, you can parallel 6 piece, but LPPA, as I said, you can parallel 12 piece. Okay, 12 piece for the LPPA. Okay. From the application GL for home use, obviously for big system or commercial system, or we call it a commercial system. Okay, and lithium battery we normally use for the home system. Like if you need a system that's less than 100, less than 100 kilowatt hours, you can consider this one. And low voltage. Okay. So this is the general compare between lead acid and lithium battery. Here I make a list about the precaution of lead acid battery usage and lithium battery. Okay, the first is lead acid. First, please charge battery full in your first time using. Means when you buy the new battery. Okay, back to home, you can tell the terminal users. So the first time, please charge it. Make sure it's full first. Okay. Second is please make sure terminal connection well and tight. Of course, if the terminal connection is not tight, because of the connection area is not sufficient, then the terminal will be overheat to melt the cables. Okay. And third one, overcharging discharging is not allowed. A charging discharging current less than 0.2 C. Okay, as I mentioned, is better. We recommend 0.2, but it's better. The maximum better less than 0.3. Okay. Otherwise, it will be affected the battery usage life. And fourth, please do not floating charge for a long time. Okay, means this battery keep charging, and never discharging. Okay, this is floating charge. It's always in the floating charge status, so it's not good for the battery. And the fifth one, please do not connect with DC load directly. Okay, because if you discharge the battery with the DC load directly, because the lead acid battery don't have the any protection. Okay, no matter is because it no inverter or any other protections. So it might be that the DC load will be consume all the power, all energies to empty to zero. So that is the heavy damage for the lead acid battery. Okay, and the last is new and using battery cannot mix or parallel. Okay, this is the common questions from the market. Like the first at first the users buy 4 piece or 8 piece, but after a few months, after 3 or 4 months, even half a year, they found that the battery is not sufficient, so they want to buy some new to add this system. No, this is it is not allowed. This will be heard for the. It's not good for both new and old batteries. Okay, because the new and old battery inside the resistance is different. So when you combine them, their charging discharging current will be unbalanced. Okay, so for the new batteries, they will charging or discharging more. Okay, it's also will short the new batteries usage life. Okay, so we advise you to when you design the system, please consider the the battery bank capacity, how to say, full, or make it or make sure it's sufficient for the home use. Okay, to avoid in the future you have to add more batteries. That is not good for the battery. Okay, and precaution of lithium battery usage. Okay, first one, please reference use the manual when you install the batteries. Okay, because the lithium battery is little different with the lead acid battery, especially you have if you have more than 2 piece, like 2 piece, 3 piece, and because the lithium battery need, if you have more than 2 piece or 3 piece, even more, you have to connect the communication cable. So you need to how to say, you need to set the DIP switch and other like mounting installation, you how to mounting and how to connect the positive and negative. So this, so you can refer the user manual step by step. Second, please make sure terminal connection well tight. It's the same like lead acid battery. Uh, the third one is series connection not allowed, only parallel connection. Okay, only 12 can serial connections. Here we already mentioned before. And DIP must be set with multiple battery connection. Okay, DIP switch. Later I will show you the DIP. Where is the DIP switch? DIP SW means switch. Okay, and new and old batteries cannot to use. This is same like the lead acid battery, but for lithium battery is little better. Situation is little better than lead acid. Like if this battery only used for 1 or 2 months only, okay, so this would not have many differences. So you can add some more. That is okay. But if you use longer, like more than 6 months or longer, so it's better not combine them or parallel them to use. Okay. So this is the precaution of lithium battery usage. Okay. Okay. So now I will show you the DIP. What is DIP? Here I made a PDF document. Felicity lithium battery DIP setting. Okay. This guide only for multiple Felicity lithium battery DIP setting. Support up to 6 Ps. Make sure battery positive and negative cable connection well and well connected. And please make sure communication cable between battery well connected. If only one battery DIP, no need set anything. When set DIP, please keep battery off. Okay, because after the DIP recognize only in the only when you turn on, then the BMS will be recognize the DIP status. After that, it will be not scanned again. So here, the SW is here. This is a DIP switch. So here I make the pictures here. 2 batteries parallel. Which one? First one, battery 1, battery 2, and 3 battery parallel, battery 1, battery 2. How to set? Okay, 4 batteries, 5 batteries, and 6 batteries. Okay, how to set these DIPs? Okay, like for this one, like if you have 6 pieces, 1 5 on, battery 2 2 on, battery 3 1 2 on, 3 on, 3 on. Oh, this is a mistake. This is 1 2, 1 is 3 on, and 2 3 on. Okay. So this is the DIP setting of the lithium battery.
Felicity Solar makes life full of hope.